Let me see if I can understand this right. Let me see if I can understand this right. We live in a country called America. And America, the people are supposed to, allegedly, have power over law enforcement. Yes, law enforcement has a job to do. But let me go ahead and prophesy to all the people in the United States of America, because the internet is full, and I mean literally full, of police brutality and injustices that are going on a daily basis. And it's getting to the point that there's going to be a civil war in this country. I see it because you have the law enforcement people who do not obey the law. And if you record it, you know, the video camera is supposed to be one of the citizens' guns. You know, in other words, what it does is it helps protect them, and you have video proof of what's actually going on whenever things are going awry. And of course, by the time it gets into the hands of police, they destroy the evidence and all 9 yards. But have you noticed that no police officer whatsoever at all ever gets convicted? Ever gets convicted from any type of injustice, even when he decides to make up the laws as they go and take the law into their own hand? I'm telling you, tensions are rising. I just had a video sent to me, and it's over on Infowars.com. And the video is a California police break into a private residence, Taze person filming. And of course, the police asking why come they're not coming out. Well, they're on their own land. And from everything I can ascertain from what I see on this video, number one, there's no search warrant. Number two, these citizens do not have to obey the police for coming out of their house when they've done nothing wrong just because somebody called on them. And so they kick in the door, and then they go and they tase these people in their own home. I can see a scenario going bad. I can really truly see it going bad. One day the police officer is going to approach the wrong people. And it's going to get ugly real fast. And that could be the spark that could start the escalation of a civil war in this country. Because we're living in a world without rule of law. Our president don't obey the laws. The Congress do not obey the laws. The courts, they sit on the bench simply to just usurp the laws and always judge in favor of the corporations. The people have nobody that they can go to for redress and a grievance. Nobody whatsoever at all. And the people are getting tired. They literally are getting tired because playing by the rules, the only thing it gets you is in jail. The only thing it gets you is a bunch of heartache and pain and suffering. And when it's all said and done, none of the police are ever convicted. None whatsoever at all. We're in some serious trouble in this country. I see the decline. Now, I'm not saying that it's like this in every area, but I've told you people a long, long time ago to get out of California. I really did. It seems like that the country rural areas in America, it seems like that the law enforcement officials are a little bit more in tune and in touch with the way that they should be behaving, especially in carrying on their professional duties, than these people in the city or in any part of these communist states like California, Chicago, New York, Detroit, all those places. You figure that Americans would simply just literally get out of there. I mean, you stay there. It's just utterly amazing. But I see it getting ugly real fast in this country. We don't have a justice system. We literally, truly do not have a justice system in this country. I hope that you can spend your days living a quiet and peaceful life. I mean, that's what I do. It's amazing because I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor that have a squeaky clean record. I mean, I'm sure people run background checks and check on me all the time. I had the Better Business Bureau call me the other day simply because somebody wanted to check to see if we were a business or not. No, we're not a business. We are not a business, if I can make that clear. But it seems like some people out there is taking up on themselves. It's amazing how that Pastor Dow and all the people who are contrary to the way that you have been trained and manipulated and coerced in this system. It's amazing how all of y'all out there want us to live in glass houses and you want to know every aspect of our life and peer into it. But then when we start asking questions about yours, all of a sudden you don't have no answers. It's amazing. It isn't amazing. But anyway, that's another subject. But it's getting ugly in this country. It's getting ugly real fast. And there's a spirit that is pushing hard to actually start a war in this country. I mean, with 30,000 drones scheduled to be up in the air monitoring the United States of America about 2020, I keep telling you, I said it once, I said it again. Who do you think that the government think is the terrorists are? And now I just heard the other day that a judge is sending Lauryn Hill to some type of rehabilitation center because of her mind being so pessimistic towards the government. I mean, you heard her songs. 80 to 90% of America believe that's true, but when they own the news media, lock, stock, and barrel and stuff, the news media is not going to report the real true sentiments of the American people. They're going to report the people who give them money. And that's what's happening. That's why I keep telling you, don't listen to mainstream news media. But I'm going to include a link down below. It's literally shocking. I don't know how long it's going to be up. If you can download, you may want to download it, put it in a place so you can see exactly what's going on. Warrantless searches, to getting tased in your own home, which should be, private property. That should be one of the places that you should be protected more than anything. And now they got to move out against veterans, calling veterans terrorists and stuff. And I'm going to tell you the reason why they call them veterans terrorists. They're calling veterans terrorists simply because if a veteran can be deceived and believe a lie that this country has said and call somebody 5,000 miles away from us an enemy, and then we can get on an airplane, go jump into enemy territory, or get on some ship or anyway and get over there in some foreign land, and just start shooting people, and people start shooting back at us because we're invading their country, who actually ain't done nothing to us. And they're protecting their country. They're actually patriots for their country because we're invading. We're a foreign entity, and we're invading their homeland. And you can't blame these people for wanting to defend, their country, their homeland, from all these foreign invaders. But if the veterans can be, take orders and go over across the seas 5,000 miles to fight some enemy that is not their own person, it's simply because America says that they are our enemy. And now we got presidents who ain't never been in the military, never served, never even know nothing about war. And all these chicken hawks seem to be the ones who are the bravest nowadays, as long as they're far away from any fight. But if the veterans could do that, then they already know that the veterans will fight for their own rights here in our own land. And I'm telling you what we got going on. The government views the people as the enemy views the people as the government, and something's going to have to give. And so the veterans, they got fight in them. They literally got fight in them. See, they already know that they signed up, but anyway, beside that they will go to war and die if necessary. And that's the reason why they're making all this legislation and stuff, trying to pass all this legislation against veterans, to trying to make them some type of psychopaths or something like that, or post-traumatic stress disorder from war times and stuff, and can't cope with civilian life and all this other stuff. No, veterans just don't take no crap from nobody, be it you in uniform or not. And I had a veteran the other day tell me, flat out told me that if he feels like he's in a situation and his life is threatened, whether it be somebody in a uniform or not, he said one of us or both of us are going to see the Maker that day. And there's a lot of people out there that carry that sentiment. And, the country knows that the veterans are not afraid. They know that the veterans are not cowards. And they know that the veterans will stand up. And they don't want this. So they want to do everything they can to remove anybody who has any understanding whatsoever at all the way things should be running. Am I the only one see that our country has been hijacked? Am I the only one that can see this? Our courts are gone. The presidency is gone. The Congress, the House and Senate is dust in the wind. We're finished. All we have is the people, and the majority of the people are gone because of fluoride, mercury, vaccines, and just all kind of stuff. I mean, there's literally no more freedom in the land. You know, the other day I was watching a movie, Ben-Hur, from Charlton Heston, way back a long time ago. The first thing I noticed, there was no chemtrails in the sky wherever they were filming. Then I noticed the difference in character and nature of the people. Even actors, even though they were acting, I noticed the difference between the character and nature. And I noticed how clean the film was as opposed to today. Utterly amazing. Utterly amazing. My, how far we have fallen. I got advice. My advice is this. You get out of the cities, especially get out of California and Illinois and New York, all these communist states. Get out of those places. Live a quiet and simple and peaceful life, because now our government is making it so that your neighbor, who's so concerned about you, is going to spy on you. Isn't that something? Ah, boy, hey, I run into all different types of opposition simply because I said the other day, there's these people up here who dress what you will call kind of funny. I'm sure people think that we dress kind of funny. But the women wear one-piece dresses and they wear a bun on the back of their head with this one little thing. Is I don't know what religion it is. But they never call them a cult. And the only reason why they call me a cult, because I'm the only black preacher, and the majority of the black people that live in the county that I live in live here on this land. And I can count all of them on this. So out of 22,000 people in Lafayette, Tennessee, this is how many black people that lives in the whole county, yet we're the cult. And these people refuse to check out what they believe. They say they carry the same Bible that I do, but yet I can prove every single preacher and every single teacher in Lafayette, Tennessee wrong on every point of Christianity. Do you see any of them challenging me to an open debate or an open discussion? Nah. You know why they're going to do it? Because they know that I'm right and they are wrong. And they don't want to change the way the old-fashioned tradition is, even if they are worshiping a bunch of idols. Anyway, I had a lot of digressions in this video and stuff, but hey, it does say prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Myself personally, I could care less about what these people think up here. They've added nothing to me. I could care less what they think. Don't make any difference to me whatsoever at all. But just be honest. Live a good, honest, wholesome life. And you'll be all right. You really will. But I tell you, this is very disturbing, this video. I want you to go check it out. And then let me know your thoughts on this video. And tell me that these people are not getting orders from the top up that says forget about the rule of law.